morning panel members. We are group number 3. Today we are going to present about our group assignment HR practices of Al Ostomani Group of Company. Al Ostomani Group of Company is the largest and oldest conglomerate in UAE, founded 1957. Now it has diversified into different sectors: automotive, travel, contracting and manufacturing, so on. ARG is having 4,000 plus employees, and they includes their employees in value system as care. And ARG is having established group HR, and also it has written HR policies. This is the background of about the ARG company. To talk about selection and recruitment, I would like to invite Mr. Kissiri for further explanation. Thank you.
Thank you, Priyanka. The selection and recruitment. Selection and recruitment is a most valuable part in the HR. The definition of human resource management is a strategic and coherent approach to the management of organizations most value assessed. The people working there who individually and collectively contribute to the achievement of its objectives. Why selection and recruitment are more important? The organization's success rests on the human capital. It is approximately 65% of the organization's value. Collaboratively, the strategy between human resource and organization leadership. Since it is required the right person in the right job. Why selection and recruitment are more important? The organization's success rests on its human capital. It is approximately 65% of the organization's value. Collaborate the strategy between human resource and organization leadership. Since require the right person in right job. The process of selection. We have to collect, to select one person, we have to collect data, find out applications, review application and select candidate, interview candidate, issue offer letter and accept, the candidate should accept the offer letter. The process of selection. If you got 100 CVs, we can select five only after these steps. Because this selection must conduct in strict criteria under organization's policy. I will hand over this podium to Chandana to continue this presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Kissiri, for discussing the selection and recruitment process of ARG. And let's discuss about the training and development process of Al Ostomani Group of Companies. Training and development function under HR department is responsible to train and develop all the employees of the organization to meet day-to-day job requirement and also to make them ready to take the future challenges of the company. Let's see the strategic role of ARG HR function in relation to the training and development. They do prepare and develop training strategy in line with the corporate strategy. Define strategic goals and objectives to achieve the training strategy. Develop and implement training initiatives to support achieving the training strategic objectives. Produce the training need analysis. And let's see the strategic role of ARG HR in relation to the training and development function. Prepare and develop training strategy in line with the corporate strategy. define strategic goals and objectives to achieve the training strategy, develop and implement training initiative to support the achieving training strategy objectives, produce the training need analysis, and create and implement a training plan based on the training need analysis. Prepare individual training records and report the periodic training progress report. Prepare individual training evaluation report and periodic training process. Let's see the effectiveness of HRM in relation to the GROW framework. Learning and development are interrelated and together form a process of learning and development environment. Through the learning and development, the employees acquire the knowledge, skills, capabilities and behaviors and attitudes through the process. Training and development, we can have 3 different approaches. Out of that, I do believe that focus approach is the most appropriate for the company. Under the focused approach, training and development will be done through a continuous process, which is very important in this today's business environment. Training is regarded as creator of competitive advantage in the business world. As you are aware, the business world is changing every day with new challenges. So we have to train our employees to get these challenges and achieve the company goals. And learning is also linked with the organizational strategy and individual needs, where all the employees are willing to go up in the corporate ladder and develop themselves. We have to help the employees of the company. Let's see the best practices and worst practices along with the recommendations to improve the organization. Identify training needs at the beginning of the year is one of the best practice. However, the company do not implement the entire training programs planned at the beginning of year by the end of the year. So I would recommend company to continue with the training programs as planned and complete the entire program by the end of the year. And also, the allocation of training budget at the beginning of the year is a best practice. However, company allocate most part of the budget to train the Emirati nationals rather concentrating on the company needs. I would recommend the company to concentrate on company needs and train the people to achieve the company goals rather concentrating on one segment of the organization. And including all the staff into the programs is the good practice of the company. However, most of the time what we have observed, the senior managers are quitting at the end of the day just before the training. I would recommend HR of the Al Rastamani group should insist the senior managers to attend to the training, and if they do not attend, I would recommend to complain to the CEO and get the pressure through the CEO to attend for the training programs. And then they arrange sufficient training programs to develop the human resources to meet the future needs. ARG arrange the sufficient training programs to develop the human capital, but we have observed they have curtailed certain programs during the year because of the budgetary issues. But I would recommend HR to discuss with the finance department to obtain the necessary budgets to complete the entire training program as planned in order to develop the human capital, which is one of the most important thing even during the worst time of the company. And the other thing, the best practice is the company is giving feedback forms to the trainees during the training sessions. However, the worst practice is they don't obtain the feedbacks from the immediate supervisors and the customers. So I recommend to obtain the feedback from the immediate supervisors and from the customers, which is the best practice as I can see. And also, the employees are trained to obtain new knowledge, but the worst practice is they don't have the opportunity to implement what they have learned. So I recommend to give the people who train the opportunity to implement their knowledge and give the leadership whenever an issue arises related to the area they have trained. Input obtained from all the staff at the beginning of the year to prepare the training programs. However, when HR is preparing the actual training programs, they consider mostly of senior managers' input. So I would recommend to implement other employees' requirements also into the training programs to make the training a success. With that, I will conclude my presentation and will hand over the podium to Priyanka to discuss about the performance appraisals. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chandana. So far we have discussed selection and recruitment, training and development. Now I am going to talk about the performance management and reward system of ARG company. ARG is a company, is a people-centric organization with focus on performance. In this people performance grid, you will see ARG is in upper right corner, which reflects high performance and high caliber people. Let's see how normal appraisal system differ with ARG performance management system. Normal appraisal, we are using appraisal forms, and ARG using performance summary. And normal appraisal, it's a once a year, but ARG performance management evaluation is anytime. And normal, it assesses the individual by judging, but ARG is based on the work agreement and on the result of the work. Normal appraisal is HR driven, but ARG performance is leader contributor driven. There are surprises, but there are no surprises. Build on weakness, build on strength. Normal appraisal linked totally to compensation, but ARG performance concern balance between peoples and performance. Directed one type of job, but addressed to different type of job. And it is rigid, but this is not rigid, it is flexible. There are three components of ARG performance management system: leadership, dialogue and work planning. This is the process of performance management, starting alignment, and the next coaching, wrap up and rewarding. Alignment. Alignment means is setting the objectives, starting at the beginning of the year, to make sure that smart objectives set up individual level as well as in the company level. And also we need to make sure employees know the evaluation criteria at the beginning. Next step is coaching. Coaching occurs at all levels of the organization to make sure work has been carried out the way ARG managing the people. We are expecting here to motivate, coach and supporting, also correct the deviation. The next step is wrap up. Recap SMART objectives completed till date. The expected result, agreement between leader and employer regarding the performance evaluation and the individual development plan. And the next step is rewarding. Use the evaluation result to distribute the incentive. Expected results, potential promotion, individual development plan, distribution rewards and increment the salary. Performance rating distribution. ARG performance management consists two parts: SMART objective achievement and competency achievement. Competency, there are two criteria: behavioral competency and technical competency. Standalone, you cannot get 100% by achieving SMART objectives. You will get only 80% achieving smart objectives. The remaining 20% you will get achieving competency. The next, setting and cascading smart objectives. After setting objectives, organizational objectives, and breaking down further to series of smaller goals. Again, those goals breaking down further until each individual in the unit has their own performance goals. Next, this example of one smart objective and how each department is contributing to achieve the company target. Finance department reducing collection by 15, warehouse minimize the damages, otherwise keep 0%, and sales department reducing the slow moving items. The next, prioritizing the smart objectives. Number one priority to high urgency and high importance objectives, because it gives more weight to the company business. And the next is high urgency and low importance. It's the second priority. It will help to keep people working on with it. And the third priority is low urgency and high performance. Let's see how smart objective achievement rating is key. High achievement 90 to 100%. This is exceptional performance. It clearly exceed the norms in applied skill and behavior. The next slab is good achievement 75 to 89. It's all-rounder and demonstrate effective skills and behaviors. Third one is partially meeting expectations 60 to 74. Performance partially need further improvement. And the next block is below expectation, that is 59%. This need immediate action and human resource will involve for further discussion. This is the competency framework of ARG. There are 4 components: managing self, relating with people, achieving result, and leading. In managing self, expecting integrity, accountability, initiative, and self-development. In relating with people, joy at work, teamwork, cross-cultural sensitivity. And achieving result, delighting customers, analytical thinking, technical expertise, and drive for result and innovation. Under leading, embracing change, development talent, visioning, and inspiring. Under competency framework, technical. This mainly focused about the job description and the qualification requirement and other competencies. And the next is how competency rating is scaling. First, very effective. Demonstrate most ARG talent behaviors. And second one is effective. If effective, it demonstrates many ARG talent and behaviors. If moderately effective, it demonstrates some ARG talent behaviors. If not very effective, it demonstrates more far from ARG talent behaviors. This is the overall outcomes what expecting from the performance review: evaluation, development, and reward. Under evaluation, result, behavior, and rating. Development, training, development, promotion. Under reward, extrinsic and intrinsic rewards. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'm going to talk about employee benefits of the Al Rastamani group of companies. Employee benefits are varied from country to country, organization to organization, industry to industry, as well as position and seniority of the people. Before talk about employee benefits, we have to understand what is our employment contract. As per the UAE law, there are two types of employment contracts available in this market. The first one is limited employment contracts, which will continue the maximum up to 4 years based on the mutual agreement of the employer and employee, which can be renewed for another 4 years or less than that, which depend on the agreement between the employer and employee. Other type of contract is unlimited contract, which doesn't carry any completion date, no limitations, only commencement dates available. It will continue until either party given notice to terminate the contract. When we come into the employee benefits, there are common benefits in entire world, which we can identify like monthly salary, daily wages, sales commissions, leave benefits, annual air tickets, transport facilities or allowances, housing allowances or free accommodation, health insurance for employees, which are common benefits provided in Al Rostamani group of company. Other than that, there are some optional benefits which are linked into the position of the employee as well as the seniority of the employee, which we can identify like the company provided cars, family health insurance policies, the annual air tickets for entire family, not only the individual employee, the school fees for the children, health club allowances, telephone or data package allowances, company provide mobile phones. Such type of things are optional benefits. Now I am going to explain about the areas which we have identified to improve, to motivate the employees in Al Rostamani group of company. The first fact we identified is salary package. In Al Rostamani group of company, they have defined the salary packages regardless the role of the position and the seniority of the position. As an example, the manager document control and the manager engineering design is drawing same salary scale. Of course, there are maybe 1 to 2% differences, but both of them are drawing the same salary range, which discourages the engineering manager as he is contributing lot comparatively the manager document control who contribute into the company business. The second fact what we have identified is annual air ticket allowance. The company is providing UAE dirhams 2000 for each employees regardless their destination. Some employees need to expend 5000 dirhams, 6000 dirhams to buy return air ticket based on their destination. Therefore, some of them need to spend their pocket money to buy annual air ticket, which is one of the worst practice we identified in Al Rostamani group of company. We are proposing to fix the air ticket allowance based on the IATA rates, which is the one of acceptable the air ticket allowance provided by many of the organizations in this land. Another fact what we have identified is family health insurance policies. As per the new law, the upcoming new law from 1st of June 2016, there will be a fine those who are not having health insurance in this land. Then employees will have to spend their own money to buy health insurance for their family members. Those are the main factors which we have identified to improve. And there are some good practices, best practices in the organization, which we have identified. The health insurance for all employees, providing the same facilities. Same policies are provided for all the employees, regardless their position or seniority. And companies providing the discounted prices for the vehicles they are selling in one of the business entity for all the employees regardless the position and the seniority, which we have identified as a best practice in Al Rastamani. With this note, I will hand over the podium to Gregory to talk about his area. Thank you very much, Gregory. Now your turn to continue the presentation.
Thank you, Ayodhya. Dear panel members, we came to that final part of the presentation. I'm going to talk about that disciplinary action, which is the worst part in HRM. A part of the human resources team is taking disciplinary actions to control and maintain not only the working standards of the company, but also to maintain and control the disciplinary actions and standards of the employee to maintain a certain working culture. The purpose of the disciplinary action is providing fair, clear and useful tool in improving and correcting the performance problems. Provide the necessary supports and assist the management in handling cases where there is unacceptable personal conduct within the company. By taking disciplinary actions, the human resource team helps the management to correct and improve the performance and the work behavior of the employees. Just cause, what it means, the disciplinary action that are taken in order to engage in some actions to correct the employee are done through a guiding principle called just cause. The just cause mainly works under 4 different reasons. The first reason is insubordination, where the employees refuse to carry out any reasonable order from a senior or an authorized person in the company. The next reason is unacceptable personal conduct, where there is unacceptable behavior by the employees. The final 2 reasons are the unsatisfactory job performance and the gross inefficiency of the employees. In this minute, I can share the few types of common disciplinary actions. We can say oral counseling sessions, secondly written warnings, then suspension without pay, demotion, and finally dismissal. So intention and thought process. It is the job of the human resources department to correct the employee and to try bring them to the required working standards. The HR team should ask for an explanation and focus on the performance and not on the employee, and should not get emotional and should consider the right policies and procedures regarding the issues and should review the past working records of the employee before discussing the present situation, where the human resources team can understand what type of employee he is. Grievance handling. Result of grievance. We can share the 4 things in under this: unhappiness, frustrations, poor morale, finally decrease in efficiency. Directions help in handling grievance. Define nature of the dissatisfaction and cause for grievance. Gather the facts related. Thirdly, analyze the fact. Fourth, apply the answer. Finally, follow up. Bad practices of grievance handling. Stopping too soon in the search of the fact. Secondly, expressing a management opinion before all the facts have been discovered. Failing to maintain proper record the employee. Finally, making decisions without any discussion. Success plan. Giving the employee a period about 1 month to leave the organization in case of termination. This will allow the company to hire a new employee and won't affect the working process and no grievance issues. In this minute, I can share proposal from my point of view. Instead of giving 1 month notice, we can call, HRM can call the employee and say, we are going to terminate you, please find out the job for you. So within that 3 months, he can get enough time to find out the suitable job for him. Then after 2 months, we can give the written notice to him. So then fairly he can get the reasonable time, and in the meantime the company can get the suitable person for the position. So thank you dear panel members. So this is our end of the presentation. Thank you very much.